Okay, so what we're going to see here is an example of cross-scripting with an example of an SQL injection. So we've set up an ESPX page here. It's a fairly simple page. It basically just has a data grid and is bound to a database. Just takes a little minute. We have a virtual image here that we're going to modify so we can get the IP address of the actual virtual image, so it's 75.132. So we're going to contact this image from our desktop. Okay, so we have a data grid here, and then we've associated page load, and so in this case we've created an SQL database, and the table is DB1, of which there is a first name, surname, test1 and test2. So the connection to the database is made here, so it's Napier is the image and SQL Express, and that creates our SQL connection. The database that we've created is called sample. So in the first case, what will happen is that it's a simple SQL command to basically just read from the database. It will then execute that command, and then we bind the results of that to our data grid. So what we'll do is we'll initially contact our server here, 192.168, and we just check to see what the IP address is, so 75.132. So what we should see is the default home page, and there it is. So within inside our virtual image, our default website is here, and we have an IIS stat.html. The files that we've created are here, and it's called databasesample.aspx. So the first program is called databasesample.aspx. So you can see here that this has contacted our virtual image and given us our database reading. So we can see there's 5 rows in the table. So what we'll do now is we'll now check out our insert command just to see if it works. So what we're doing here is that we're creating a new row within inside our table, and this is an example of an insert row. And so we'll give Fred Smith 3, 15, 25 and 35. So insert into our table these values. Okay, so we'll just save that, and now what we'll do is we'll just run it again. And we don't actually see anything because we haven't done a select. So we'll bring that command back in, and we'll save. And now when we look again, our database has been updated with our new row. Now what we'll do is we'll bring in a check for the parameter. So in this case it does a query on the pass parameters within inside the URL string. So in this case it will look for the word test. So now we'll bring in back this one. So if there are parameters passed, then it will feed the parameter into the actual page as an SQL command. So what we'll do now is we will do our SQL injection here. Okay, so we go back over here, and to pass parameters we'll say test is equal to, and so now this will take the value of test, feed it into the string, and then that will become the command. So you can see here that it's actually done the same thing. Now what we'll do is we'll insert another command just that we've proven, so just to make sure that we are actually getting the right command coming through, what we'll do is that we shall just modify this. Yep. So you can see here, if we run it again, let me just save it. Run it again. I can see it shown in the table. So this means that this command, the 20s are spaces, this command here has been inserted directly into the program, into the page, and then it's performed a search. It's went straight through to the database. So now what we'll do is just to show that it's possible, is that we'll add another row, and we'll just take that out, and we'll take this, and this will now become our new SQL. Okay, so all that should happen here is I'll take the value of test, we've commented out the insert row. If you go back here, okay, so we get an error because we haven't typed it right. It gives us that. So now do that. Okay, so that we can then go and actually get our database back, and we can see here this was the row that we actually added. And that shows an example of the SQL injection.